Good evening, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Sorry about that there. I accidentally broke my microphone holder, so I definitely need to order a new one. As you can see, it's pretty knackered. Although I just need to try to make it work for as long as I can. Hopefully that'll hold together. So yeah, I need to definitely buy a new one of these. There's literally nowhere to buy one of these in Ireland, as far as I can tell. I have to get one online. I brought this one back from Texas with me. So anyway, welcome. We got Nasty and Nathaniel in the side chat. Good to see you, bud. I hope you're doing well. I'd still love to have you on for a show. It's got to happen one of these days. As Roisin said, it is banjaxed, which is Irish for fecht, which is Irish for not working anymore. Heartfire says zip ties and duct tape. So I've got a saying: if it can't be fixed with zip ties, duct tape, or WD-40, it ain't worth fixing. And I stand by that. Now I notice my audio and my video are not synced, and that is because the camera I'm using is currently in 4K mode, and so it's going to be a little bit behind. So if I cover my mouth, you might not even notice it. It's no big deal. But that's because of the way I was filming. And if I try to change it back now, it's going to mess it all up for the next video, which is halfway done. But I had to go live. So here we are. Now, a couple of words before I start. Number one, sunglasses are on, not only to look cool, but also because I have the worst hay fever ever. And also, you might hear me cough quite a bit. Something like that. Also, the hay fever. It was so bad. Like the minute I got back from town, I went straight into the shower to just try to wash any pollen off me. But it's not actually pollen in the air. Little known fact is that high pressure weather conditions can cause a histamine response. And we are having a lot of storms here at the moment. So that's exactly what's going on, I think, I hope. But anyway, so we got a really interesting video for you here tonight. So there's this guy out there called SGV something or other. He's an auditor, and he's one of those annoying ones that just gets in people's faces. Now, let me just say from the outset, I have not watched this video in its entirety. Somebody clipped this kindly for me and sent it to me just in case it would be deleted. It seems like it's not being deleted. Jeez, fuck it. This is gonna be an ongoing thing for the night, just so you know. Got a hot cup of coffee here to hopefully help me out, to soothe it. And I think I have some throat lozenges around here somewhere. So anyway, so this guy, he goes out to the scene of, I don't know what, to be quite honest. I don't know if it's a crash or what, but basically there's somebody in need of medical attention. There's an ambulance there. There's like fire trucks there. I think the fire brigade and the ambulance are the same in America. For what else? Anyway, so there's an incident, and a young lady becomes quite irate at the fact that these guys decide to film her friend who is in need of assistance, and it gets pretty nasty from there on in. And yeah, I'm going to show you this now. I haven't really watched a whole lot from this guy in the past, and I decided to watch a couple of his videos today. He was actually live a minute ago, and I was kind of catching up with that, and it was particularly egregious. So I'm going to download that and probably do a video about it over the next couple of days. There's also something that I want to put to you guys at the end of the show, or like, you know, when we get a bit more time to chat when we're not watching the video. Just some ideas I wanted to bounce off you folks for this channel and for my second channel, Irish Demon Reloaded. Check it out. If one of the mods can leave a link, it'd be greatly appreciated. I got some plans for that channel. and this channel. And I'm going to run it all by you in a little bit and get your opinion on it. Now, we got 186 people watching this right now. For every like we get, that is one potential tasering for your favorite frauditor. So make sure and smash that like button. Also pinned in the side chat there, we have fantastic Irish Demon merch, including the all-new Judge Demon t-shirts. And they look really great. They look fantastic. And one more thing before we get into the video, Mrs. Demon is a wonderful artist. She does really, really cool, like surrealist cartoon type art. And she is going to be bringing out a range of t-shirts and stuff like that, which will also be available in the Irish Demon merch store and my new website when that's all up and running. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. Yes, that is a piece of sunglasses that I broke. My favorite sunglasses. $200 up the shitter. Anyway, let's check this out. This is just unbelievable.
Are they leaving? No, that was another one.
Yep. I break so many pairs of sunglasses you wouldn't believe. These were $3, and I've broken about 8 pairs of them. Now, sorry. Hearthfire says, yeah, potato cam. So yeah, we got potato cam, check. We got heavy breathing, check. Let's see what other kind of Sov City frauditor type gear we got going on here. And I gotta tell you straight up, I put Sov Cits and frauditors in the same kind of category, to be quite honest with you. Dead air check.
All right. Here we go again. Here comes the cops.
I love when he goes like, there we go again. As if to say, like, this is a big thing for you. It's like, dude, you want this. Like, you're literally out there looking for this. All right, so like so far, I haven't really got a problem with this, right? Like, I don't like the idea of people going out there filming people who are, you know, in a situation like this where they're injured, they need an ambulance or whatever the case may be. I don't like it, but I mean, yeah, they're not really doing any harm, as irritating as it may be. There are cops there. Okay, fine. They don't know what's going on yet, so film it, fine. And so far, they seem to be standing back reasonable distance, and you know, so it's not that bad. Like, I don't like it, but it's not that bad so far. No, that's not cool. Zooming right in, like, into the ambulance. That's not cool. I don't know if it's legal or not, but that's totally uncool.
touch me.
You
Don't
gonna
touch
have to
me.
go.
You gotta go.
No, you gotta go. What
No,
the
you
fuck?
gotta
Y'all
go.
weird, bro.
Don't touch my shit.
You for real, bro. You not finna record my friend, bro.
Don't touch my
You not
camera.
finna record my friend, bro.
Hey, get her off me.
Nah, man, get him away from her.
Shut up. What's wrong with you?
Man, what's wrong with you, bro?
I'm gathering content for a news story. What's wrong with you?
Man, you not finna record my friend in her time of distress. I don't give a fuck. You better go record somebody else.
That's real professional.
So, just interject there for a second. This is where it gets a little bit tricky, right? Because you could argue that, we all know this, right? Like you and I watching this know full well that this guy is causing this incident, right? So he is the catalyst for what becomes an incident that shouldn't happen, right? Now, the way they get around this, and it's clever, is they keep their mouths shut. They just put in maybe little jibes here and there, but they don't really go ham on the person. They put the person who's angry in a situation where they're the only one that appears angry, and they look like the one that's causing a disturbance, even though the catalyst for the disturbance is the guy there filming and zooming in on somebody in an ambulance, which just isn't cool. Now he knows that this lady's upset. She's obviously, I wouldn't say unstable, in a bad way. I just mean like obviously she's in a situation where she's stressed, she's angry, she's confrontational, and it makes her look like the one that's the overly aggressive one, which I mean ultimately she is in this particular scenario. She is, but he's the one that's kind of caused it, and he knows he's doing that. He's doing it very cleverly as well, where he's stepping back and making her look unreasonable, right? So that's that part of it. Now, if we were to say, oh, the cops should turn around to him and say, you're creating the disturbance, you should leave, and he can point to her and go, hold on a second, I'm just a man standing here with a camera. She's the one screaming at me. And I mean, technically he's right, because, you look at the situation, you got one guy with a camera not saying anything, and then you got a woman shouting at him, but he's still causing the issue. So it's just not cool. It's just, it's a clever tactic that these guys use. So actually, just to cut back in, because that's a very solid point as well. So Burns66 says she's not aggressive. He's the one causing her to react that way. I agree to a certain extent, right? But this is an adult woman, and there are ways for her to deal with this situation that don't involve aggression, right? Now, that's easy for us to Monday morning quarterback watching this video back and saying, well, if she was respectful or, not aggressive, essentially, then, she could have resolved this situation much better. That's easy for us to say now. Now, she is aggressive. Like, there's no question about it. You'll see that as the video goes on. I don't like the auditor. I don't like what he's doing. I say, in my opinion, that he's caused this whole situation, 100%. But I won't lie to you guys or myself and say she's not being aggressive, because she is. Again, that's easy for us to look back and say if she was calm and collected, this would have gone much better. I know if it was me in her situation and that was, say, Mrs. Demon in the back of the ambulance, I would have lost it too. So I don't blame her for reacting the way she did. But if we're Monday morning quarterbacking it, then we could say that. But no, I just wanted to clarify that, because Burns makes a really good point. But I disagree with you on her not being aggressive. She is being aggressive, but you're right about the fact that he's caused it. So I think we can agree on that for sure. But anyway, let's move on. Hey, Lisa. Sorry, now I'm just seeing a lot of people saying about Jesse and your fur baby. Sorry if I missed a comment that came from you there. From what I gather, you've recently lost a fur baby, have you? Can you let me know in the side chat? Let me see here now. In the meantime, I'm just going to read out these couple of super chats here. Peggy Harkness, absolutely just a legend, for $10 says, "Good afternoon, Irish team." Well, the very finest of afternoons to you, Peggy. I hope you're doing really, really well, my Irish sister. Robster1001 for £2 says, "Love this vid. I've watched a little bit of it and so far so good, I gotta say." Right, let me take these off because it's hard to read with those on. But yeah, Jesse, if that is the case that you've lost a fur baby, I just gonna extend my absolute deepest regrets to you. It's terrible. The thought of it is just horrible. It really, really is. I've got my two, and they're very young. They're only 4, and they're only babies. But just the thought of it is horrifying for me. And I lost one dog, my childhood dog Tia, while I was away in Australia. It was my parents' dog, and it's never nice. It's awful, and so my heart absolutely goes out to you. And I hope you can find solace and happiness in the thoughts of the good times with those dogs or whatever pet it was. I can't recall which you said before, but it's awful. And yeah, my heart absolutely goes out to you. And yeah, I wish you all the best with that, because I know it's tough, very tough going.
You guys know that I don't care if you have the puppy, but she just wanted to have the puppy. And let me get this
Yep.
Go. What's good, everybody? Thanks for joining me over here on Defend Our Freedom. Live on the streets of LA with Ted TV News First and Pedro Liberados. This is one of the interactions that we're having today. Girl Crazy already came out and tried to put hands on my cameras and stuff. Speaking of Go Crazy.
Excuse me, guys.
You just. It's the takeover is on Avalon and fucking Manchester. Why you don't go make yourself busy? This is life.
Now you get arrested for what is it called? For being huh? No, at the street takeovers. The spectator, you get a spectator ticket over there. We're not down. We're never down. Hey.
Like again with filming inside the ambulance, like how how is filming inside an ambulance when somebody's being treated protecting your First Amendment rights? Like you've come now, you've filmed, you've proven your point, leave. You know, I mean, just excuse the pun, leaves. Just you've proven your point. You can film what you want to. You've done it. Great job. Cops are there. They didn't say a word to you. Now feck off. It's as simple as that.
Racist. Racist. Racist.
What is you over here for? You ain't got nothing.
Racist.
Dusty ass.
It's horrible. You know we're in America, right?
Oh my mama, you gotta go. Bro. I'm gonna go some dirt on your ass. All right, so excuse me. Okay. You need to go, man. Weirdo. Go on about your life. Y'all let these illegal to spit, bro. Dumbass bitches. I don't give a fuck about you recording me. You need to go on about your motherfucking day. Take advantage of motherfuckers.
Just
get your weird ass on. I wish you would. Make me. I'ma beat your ass, nigga.
Damn, this is a
Weird
hate
ass
crime right
faggot.
here.
You can go.
Yeah,
I don't give a
Normally,
fuck.
we don't really mind. You know that.
I'm totally calm, man.
You
You
can
need
go.
to talk
I
to
don't
her.
give a fuck. It's other shit that you can record with your ass.
All right, man.
Weird ass Mexican.
You could try to de-escalate, man.
What happened?
You could talk to her and try to de-escalate.
I'm trying to de-escalate.
Weird ass Mexicans. That's why your mama probably an immigrant. Weird ass.
Yeah. Damn. Horrible, huh?
So obviously I don't condone what she said, right? Like, I mean, that goes without saying. Like, the language there is, frankly, it's atrocious. But to be fair, I can understand why she's reacting the way she is. When you're very angry with somebody, you're going to react in the way that you know is going to hurt them the most. And that, in this case, for her, was to use racial and homophobic slurs, right? So again, I don't agree with that. I think that's terrible. I really do. But you guys know I'm always going to be honest with you guys. Like, this lady is angry, fine. And, you know, she reacted in a way that's not nice. But I can understand why she's doing it. And I think that's fair to say. I wouldn't say something like that. I think that's too far. But, you know, it happens. But again, if he wasn't there instigating, again, he's proven his point. You can now leave. Then none of this would have had to happen. You know what I mean? Rudy Chavez says, Irish Demon is a racist, making fun of Middle Eastern people. What Middle Eastern people have I made fun of? I'd be really interested to hear that. That would be fascinating. Please do share Rudy Chavez. That'd be awesome. So anyway, just make sure I didn't miss anything there. Just before we continue to the juicy stuff, we got Shay 2 for $5 says journalists and reporters are supposed to report on the story, not be part of or create the story they're reporting on. Exactly right. And that's what these guys do. They claim they're journalists. They're not journalists. They go out there and they just cause incidents and try to get money from it. That's exactly what they do. And we see this all the time with these guys, like constantly. But anyway, let's watch on and see what happens.
Make it rain. Make it rain, I'll make it snow.
All right, so so yeah, basically this lady threw leaves at the guy. Now again, fair enough. All being fair, she shouldn't have thrown leaves at the guy, right? Fine. But was the right reaction there to pepper spray the lady? I mean, come on. Like a reasonable thing. No, fair enough. You could easily say, lady, you throw leaves at me again, I'm going to spray you. Fine, use the threat of it maybe, but Jesus Murphy, like, you know, a couple of leaves. Are you that much of a soft little just that you have to just react with that immediate violence? Here's the thing, it's the same as Casey Camera Boy. They're looking for an excuse to use that spray because they know that's what draws attention. They know that's what's going to bring in the viewers. Before we continue, Peggy Harkness for $10, thank you so much, says, do not worry, Irish, we have too much between our ears. Has to leak out somewhere. That's very true indeed. Absolutely. So I don't know if Rudy Chavez, whoever that is, it's obviously probably just a troll, right? Like, I mean, fine. So if Rudy is suggesting that I'm racist for, I think he said for mocking a Middle Eastern person, this guy isn't Middle Eastern, by the way. I'm pretty sure this guy is I don't know what he is, actually. I think he's mentioned before that he's Mexican descent or something like that. So I don't think he's Middle Eastern. Even if he was Middle Eastern and I'm mocking him, that in and of itself isn't racism. The same way as if he was black and I was mocking him, it wouldn't be racism. The same way as if it was, I don't know, a woman and I was mocking her, that wouldn't be sexism. It would be if I was mocking them for that trait, but I'm not. I can mock whoever I want for being an idiot, just because they're of a certain race or a certain creed or a certain gender or whatever the case may be. That isn't racism or whatever. That's just me mocking a moron who happens to be a certain color or creed or gender or whatever. So there you go. Cindy, Mrs. Demon's hair came out absolutely beautifully, as always. And I would never say anything other than that. If one of the mods could please ban Alex Taco Head, that's racist. I want to have that shit in here. I don't mind people talking shit and having a bit of fun, and that's fine, but that's just pure racism, man. Like, you can talk about how she acted and your disagreement with the way she acted without being racist about it, you know? It's simple as that.
Yeah. Damn. Horrible, huh? Make it rain. Make it rain, I'll make it snow.
Oh, again, I don't think that was reasonable at all. And people aren't going to like this, but I kind of think like the cops should have probably stood in. I don't know. Actually, let's have a quick look. Did they see the first time she threw the leaves? Like, obviously, they don't like this guy. It's very clear that they know who this guy is. And that's fine. I get that. But probably should just stand in and stop this from happening. But, you know.
Make it rain, I'll make it snow.
Let's go back a little bit here now. I just want to see if the cops saw her throw the stuff at him the first time around.
I'm probably an immigrant. Weird ass.
Yeah. Damn. Horrible, huh?
Yeah, it doesn't look like the cops necessarily saw what was going on there.
Make it rain.
So you can see there's one of the firefighters or paramedics saw for sure. Maybe, sorry, I should say he's looking in that direction. The cops don't appear to be.
Make it rain, I'll make it snow.
Now, cops aren't looking directly at it there at the moment. And then they turn around. Like, I think it's fair to say that it's obvious that something has just taken place and they should probably have stepped in, maybe. But then again, you could say that, you know, they might not have known what's going on there. Somebody just throwing some stuff. There wasn't a massive reaction to both the throwing of the leaves and the spray in terms of like an explosive reaction to it where it would be obvious that something had taken place. And then it takes them a while to realize that she's been sprayed, and that becomes abundantly clear. So I understand why they've not jumped in here because it's just a lady throwing leaves, right? Not a big deal. Not cool. You know, fine. I get that. A lot of people might agree that she shouldn't be throwing leaves. That's fair enough to say. I can understand why she's doing it, but it's not a big deal. Certainly, I don't think it's deserving of pepper spraying unless it was like constant. Because, like, even her friend didn't realize she'd been pepper sprayed there. Looks like old mate in the purple shirt's ready to throw down, man.
She got dirt and she threw it at me. She threw it in my face.
Well, what are you guys doing here? This isn't a police scene. This is a medical emergency.
It doesn't matter, man. She don't have no right to throw dirt in my face.
Okay, well, it looks like leaves, man.
Oh yeah, leaves and dirt. You don't see it all over me or what?
I do see it, but leaves and your pepper spraying. You realize how?
So what? I can't defend myself. Somebody can just come and throw leaves on you, and you're gonna be.
Like, to be fair, there's a continuum of force necessary when it comes to self-defense. There also has to be a reasonable application of force in self-defense, and that's pretty much across the board. For example, if his only force extender, as it were, was a firearm, would he be justified in using a firearm to defend himself here? Absolutely not. Like, realistically, no, it's not. Maybe pushing her back or giving her a fair warning that if she does it another time that he's going to spray her or whatever, fine. You know, it's probably still a bit over the top, but let's say all he has is a firearm, and then he uses that firearm on her. Is he saying that he would use that firearm on her? It's unlikely that he is able to have a firearm. I doubt it. Well, number one, it's in California. Number two, I think he's a convicted felon. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I saw a few people mention that in the past. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't think it would be reasonable to use a firearm in that scenario, right?
Okay.
No, hey, dude, chill. All right? Calm down.
You're going to be okay with somebody coming and throwing leaves on you?
No,
I don't think so. You'll probably arrest them, right?
Of course not. But you know that if she wants you arrested, that we could arrest her.
I could arrest her too.
For leaves?
Dude, she threw
Okay,
dirt in my face.
Yeah, but we're talking about pepper spray.
She threw dirt in my face.
Why didn't you just call us?
What do you mean? I had already told your officer to get her off me. You guys just let her be, man.
She was first just argumentative with you, telling you to leave.
And then she came and threw leaves at me twice,
hold on,
man.
And you weren't being respectful about that.
What do you
right?
mean I wasn't being respectful?
When she asked you to leave, did you leave?
Why should I have to respect what she says, man? Does she own the street?
She doesn't own the street, but it's a respect thing for her friend that's having a medical emergency.
And that's fine, man. I have the right to blur out whatever I have to blur out, and
I
that's it,
understand
man.
that, but she was asking nicely.
Okay, and I refused nicely,
Okay?
man.
And then you're saying that you tried to tell us about her coming up to you about that. Then she threw the leaves afterwards, and then you pepper sprayed her.
Is that your story?
It's not my story. That's what transpired here, based on your statement.
That's what you're putting together, man.
Okay, I'm trying for you to understand the severity of one thing versus
So
the
once
next.
she throw leaves on me, I just have to cry police. I can't defend
Exactly.
myself.
You call, especially we're here dealing with something. Okay, if the police is here, then you say, hey man.
Well,
she
like
threw
I said,
leaves.
I had already told your officer to
You
get her
told
off
her-
of me.
She
Nobody
wasn't
did
on-
anything.
She wasn't throwing leaves at that time.
Nobody did anything, man.
Because there was nothing to do at that point. Okay? Hey. Come back. Hey, partner. Let's keep them back. Man. Okay?
That's bullshit, man.
Okay, but
Why can't you
at
defend
that-
my right to film?
Because at that point there was nothing that she was doing except
Okay,
for
at
just telling
this
you to
point,
leave.
you know I'm here documenting the scene here. Why can't you
You're
respect
here-
and defend my
no,
right to film, man?
We all know why you're here. You guys are here to document us, thinking that something's gonna happen.
What do you mean thinking?
But
What do
this
you mean?
is a medical emergency.
It
of her
doesn't matter.
friend.
You were called to a medical
Okay.
emergency. We're here to document.
All right.
So just break real quick there. Domestic Terror says, the amazing thing is that he uploaded this big bad guy crying over leaves. There seems to be a little bit of a trend here with these guys being terrified of ladies. And that's not to suggest that ladies can't lay down a right ass kicking. Just ask my mom. But no, like, get this crazy lady away from me. Get this crazy lady away from me. And now she threw leaves at me. It's like, dude, come on. It's leaves. All right. Like, okay. Someone, I thought I'd saved the comment, and unfortunately it seems I haven't, but somebody made a point here earlier in the side chat that, if there was dirt in those leaves or a stone in those leaves, that it could, injure him. And that's fair enough, right? Like, I'd actually be more worried about the dirt or glass or whatever that might be in with a bunch of leaves that might get in your eye, which could incapacitate you, and that might justify using the pepper spray to defend yourself to stop that from happening, right? That I can understand the concept there. Absolutely, I can understand that. But at the same time, you're surrounded by cops here. Like, if you were going to be incapacitated where, to the point where this person would, actually attack you and hurt you, you're going to be well covered. Now, that doesn't negate your right to defend yourself. And I do think you should absolutely have a right to defend yourself. We don't really have that right here in Ireland. If you use force to defend yourself here in Ireland, you can get in a lot of trouble. But what he did was way above and beyond what should have happened. Like, no question about it. Absolutely no question. Dude, they're fecking leaves, man. Like, they're leaves. Like, oh, what? Am I going to get my trees out here arrested for assaulting me in the autumn time when the leaves start falling down? Oh, these guys, and they're such pussies, and they act like big hard men, and they're just total little girls' blouses. That's what they are. Peggy Harkness for $10 says, "Keyboard shop be back soon." Oh, your keyboard's knackered, is it? Damn. Oh, it's probably out of battery or something. Is it? Keyboard shop be back soon. Love you, Irish. Love you too, Peggy. Peggy's awesome. Peggy's my Irish cousin. And then we got Robster1001 for two of Her Majesty's Pound says, "Leaves." That's it. It's like, dude, it's leaves, man. It's leaves. Leave it be, if you will. Stephen Alley for $2 says she threw the leaves and the dirt in my face. Yeah, man. Like the spit in your face thing, that is just, oh man, that's the worst, right? I've had that attempted on me a few times. I can't remember the last time I actually got properly spat on, but that's going back to when I was a bouncer on the door of nightclubs. But when I was working in custody and stuff like that, thankfully I got away with that quite a bit. I got lucky there. I had a few minor incidents, but nothing serious. Actually, I was just about to bring this up. Funnily enough, Frank Perry for $2 says, in Cali, you're supposed to retreat before 4. So, yeah, my understanding is that California isn't a stand your ground state. I don't know about Castle Doctrine or anything like that, but as far as I know, you have a duty to retreat when you're perceived to be under attack. Now, whether or not he can physically actually retreat, I don't know. Like, he might be walled in behind him, highly unlikely. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, you have a duty to retreat in California. And whether you agree with that or not, that's just the way it is,
That's a female, nigga. That's a female. You could have base me or base him. That's a female, nigga. You a bitch for that. Motherfucker knows you like no bitch.
That's absolutely horrifying, Nikki. That is disgusting. I'm sorry that happened to you.
Going on, we're going to detain you pending this. When we have a supervisor coming, just put your hands behind your back. If you want to give your camera to your buddy, all right, let it wait until our supervisor gets here, and then we'll figure it out.
We're out here, guys. 41st. 41st by Broadway.
Oh, hold on, I just realized something. So did that guy earlier that called me racist think that this guy was Middle Eastern just because he's got a long beard? Interesting. You might want to have a good look at yourself there, bud. Joshua Lee for $5. Good to see you, Joshua. Hope you're doing really, really well. Says she threw dirt in my face. I can't do his voice properly because I have a manly voice, a deep, rich, sexy, manly voice. And he's got like a little girl's voice, actually, most of the time. Paul Berry for $2 says, by girl's blouse, you mean blouse of any gender, right? Hey, anyone can wear a blouse. I have blouses. I have a blouse that a subscriber made for me ages ago. Mine says check 1 2, check 1 2. I have a Polish friend who is a sound engineer, and a check 1 2, and a check 1 2. Sorry, dad joke. I'll see myself out. All right, let's move on and watch this guy get his collar felt. This is kind of funny. I like when this happens. What is going on with the back of this guy's head? Is that shaved in there or is that rolls? I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like this guy's about to smuggle some hot dogs into jail. Just saying. Frank Perry for $5 says, this dude likes to pretend he's Middle Eastern to get a rise out of people and then make them react. And then he wants to call someone else racist. Ah, so this moron that called me racist earlier actually bought that this guy's Middle Eastern. Oh, what a genius. What an absolute genius. Oh, they are fat rolls. Now, to be fair, I've had fat rolls too. I'm just saying. I used to be about his size, maybe a little bit bigger than that. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it other than grow your hair out. And that ain't a good look when you're a big dude sometimes. Not like it suits some people. But Martin O'Sullivan says, sup, gangster. Hope the stream is going well. Going really good so far. Really, really good. We got 450 people watching right now. Make sure and smash that like button. All right, let's... hey, we have the Hamburglar. Now we got the hot dog burglar.
Witness to both parties. Let me get your information.
It's on camera, man.
That's fine.
You guys can check it out on camera.
Well, we'll request that later, but I still need your information because you were a witness. Go ahead and get his info. Huh?
I wasn't a witness.
There you were. You were standing right here. Go ahead and get his information.
What's your last name, sir?
Yo.
You want to help your friend now?
It's all on camera if you guys need
Okay,
that.
but
We do, but we still need your information in order to get that.
You don't need my information. There's a fire guy that was watching the whole thing, man.
That's fine. We'll get their information too.
Get theirs. They're the
Okay.
witnesses.
All right. Do me a favor and step on the sidewalk. I'm going to ask you kindly. If not, we're going to make you because you have to step back now. Because you guys are turn this into this.
What do you mean, you guys? She threw dirt at
Put
this
up crime scene tape and put him behind it. If you don't want to help your buddy out, that's on you.
So is she going to be arrested for like assault with an autumnal weapon, or what's the crack here? Like,
It's all on film, man. What do you want me
Go
to
ahead and
tell
step
you?
back.
hold on. Maybe he could do her for attempted permanent nap time because he suffers with horrifying hay fever. So by throwing the leaves in his face, she could be making the hay fever so bad that he will hit the off button. Is that it? Would that work? Probably not. Oh, not at all. Not at all. Well, depends on what way you look at it. Nate G says, if you don't love our constitution, leave our country. That's not really how it works, though, because of your constitution, you have a right not to like the constitution, and you have a right to express your dislike for that constitution. Secondly, I'm not in your country, but, you know, whatever. I'm in my country, my island. It's mine. But yeah, so if you love your constitution so much, then you should acknowledge other people's rights to express their grievances with said constitution. So what you're actually saying is that you disagree with the First Amendment right of people in your country to disagree with your beliefs and the Constitution in and of itself. So have a good think about that for yourself. Are you really the constitutional scholar that you think you are if you want to literally kick people out of your country that disagree with the Constitution, that gives them the right to disagree with their Constitution? Frank Perry for $2 says, PTSD from when his dad made him mow the lawn. Oh, that's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. But Nate, I'd like to hear back from you on that one if you had the balls, because most of these guys just leave a fleeting comment and they don't have the balls to actually back it up. Yeah, leaving is a choice. Exactly. Leaving is a choice. And they choose not to leave. They choose to disagree with you. They choose to disagree with the Constitution as it is. And if you don't like that, then maybe you should leave the country because you're literally going against what that Constitution says. You're saying that because somebody disagrees with you and the Constitution that they should leave the country. Maybe you should then, if you disagree with it. Nate G, sorry, Joshua Lee, I apologize, Joshua Lee, for putting you in the same bracket as that guy. For $5 says, IIRC, SGV News, and actual name is Hispanic in origin. There you go. There you go. So definitely not Middle Eastern. Sorry, attempted racist caller earlier. Shit, where was I? My moderator's timed you out. Okay, moderators, if he's not saying anything egregious, don't time him out. That's a kind of a standard rule in this channel anyway. If somebody's being like overtly horrible, like racist and stuff, fine. That's grand. Or say like really messed up stuff. But if it's just stuff you don't agree with, please don't time people out. I don't like that. I like to hear what people have to say, especially those I disagree with. Patrick, Brendan Odie says, hello, cuz good to see you, Patrick. I hope you're doing well. We are actually distant cousins. That's actually real. Stephen Alley for $2 says, I get in the same argument over the Westboro. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one. I hate what they say. Like I can't even begin to describe how much I hate what they say. But I stand with their right to say it. Stephen Alley for $2 says, on a lighter note, he said she was free to leave. That's true. He did give her the green light. She was free to leave. So I'm seeing a few people there say that they got timed out. Please don't time somebody out, guys. All right, unless it's a very nasty, like egregious thing, not just something you disagree with. Keep it for the really bad stuff, please, guys. All right, because I really don't like that. It's not cool. I rather people be able to say what they want to say. I'm open to dialogue and discourse. 100%. Sorry, no, guys. So aim for Doe Bush says that you are spreading misinformation or not a former officer. So it depends on what the nature of the disinformation is, right? Like, I much rather read what the person has to say, and if it's believed to be disinformation, that's fine. Leave them as long as it's not egregious. I want to see what they have to say so that I can challenge that. I think that's really important because I'm more than comfortable to challenge what I think is absolute bullshit or misinformation or whatever the case may be. So I would appreciate it if people only, and this would be a blanket rule. Now, I've had to do this before and I don't want to do it again, which is like clearing out all the moderators and starting from fresh because I hate to have to do that. But if I have to, then I have to eventually, and I don't want to. But so yeah, if people can just please stick to that one rule, which is purely just delete like really bad shit. Other than that, leave them say what they want to say. I'm more than strong enough to challenge them. It's totally cool. Not with delusional liars who say they're former police, but tell people it's their constitutional right to film police stations, post office, court. So yeah, any personal stuff like that you have a personal disagreement with somebody, please don't use a moderator's wrench to fight that out. That's not cool. Frank Perry for $2 says, auditors believe First Amendment is for me and not for you. That is absolutely true. That is absolutely true. I've seen that so many times. You Afe says mobile police department is corrupt. Mobile Alabama. I'm happy to look into that. If somebody is in the wrong, right, and if I genuinely believe they're in the wrong, then I will call them out. I don't care what uniform they're wearing, what skin color they have, what gender they are. Does not matter. I don't care. I will not, and I've said this a million times. I've lost subscribers for it, and I'm happy to lose them when that happens because I don't want somebody that isn't going to respect my view and my right to have a view, which is that I am not going to side with somebody just because they're a cop. I am not going to go against somebody just because they're an auditor. If they're in the right, they're in the right. If they're in the wrong, they're in the wrong, regardless of who they are. Now, I do find that most of the time I'm against the auditor because usually what they're doing is just absolute horse cockery. But no, I will never do that. I will never just side with somebody just for the sake of it. Sophia said, I got timed out too. I think someone is accidentally doing it because it didn't say anything bad. Also, I'm about to leave. Have a good evening. Yeah, so if anybody could just be careful with that as well, just because I've done that myself. Like I've accidentally timed people out and stuff, and I do apologize if that's happened. So yeah, now that we've got the ground rules down, I'm just going to read this quick one here from Peggy Harkness. Thank you so much for $10. Says, Irish brother, keep posting. Oh, I will, baby. Any day, anytime. Absolutely. All right, let's move on.
Gave your ID to the other guy?
I don't need ID, man.
Oh, that's fine. It's just because you're a witness, right?
No.
Oh, that's fine with me. Okay. So you're not a witness, that's fine.
I definitely trust you, Mr. Shigura, because I know you know what I'm all about.
Man, where the boys at? What's happening right here? We have to do the all-nighter.
Mr. Protractor says, no TikTok. They are owned by your comrades in China. First of all, I hate TikTok. I hate TikTok. And I have a major issue with the Chinese Communist Party. So you couldn't be more wrong there. I am a massive detractor of the Chinese Communist Party. I've never hidden that fact. I am not allowed to go to China legally. I could be arrested in China because of the views that I've expressed about the Chinese Communist Party. Not China and not the Chinese people. I have a lot of Chinese friends. I grew up with a lot of Chinese kids. So it's not China or the Chinese people I have an issue with. It is the Communist Party of China that I have a serious problem with. I do not like authoritarianism of any description, and they're about as bad as you can get at this moment in time. For certain things, not for others, but for a lot of things. So you couldn't be further from right there. And this is the thing that I see with a lot of people, a lot of auditors, a lot of very far right people love to come on here and say, oh, you're just a crazy lefty and you're this and you're that. It's like, you know nothing about me. You've probably never watched one of my videos or never been in one of my live streams before. Nasty Nathaniel, on the other hand, has been, and he's an auditor. And while I can openly say I disagree with a lot of what Nathaniel says, I get on great with him. We agree on a lot of things. We disagree on other things. And that's a really healthy way to do it. And he's absolutely right. I just go on the facts. I don't like to just take sides because of what somebody is or whatever. You know what I mean? So anyway, there we go.
Back up. We're setting up the crime scene. Okay. Take the setup over there. I'll go ahead and escort you right now.
Man. Why? What's the crime? What's the crime?
Thank you, sir. Just stay behind the line, behind the tape.
Damn, they got SGV right there, dude. Cool, you don't want to be a witness?
Now, so it goes from the scene there of the deadly leaf assault to the police station where he gets locked up. And so it's quite funny, actually. 2 seconds there now. I gotta read this one out because it's the first one that this person's left, and that's awesome. Joshua Snow says, "Hi, Demon. This is my very first time saying anything in your chat. Well, you're very welcome. Just wanted to state a well-known fact that I love your shit. Never stop what you do, my friend. But thank you so much, Joshua. I really appreciate that. And if there's anybody else out there watching right now who hasn't left a comment before and would like to say something, it'd be really cool if you did, because that's awesome. Thank you so much, Joshua. And you're very, very welcome. And I love hearing comments like that. That's awesome. Now, just going to, before we move on to where they're at the police station, I'm just going to read out a couple of chats. I just got a message from somebody to say that Chili was live and apparently was talking shit about me. Why he would do that, I would never know. So we might have a look at his live stream. This is nearly over, so we might have a look at his live stream here in a minute and see what's going on. ZS said, what happened to Glenn Serio? So Glenn had some deferment proceedings, things like that, and it seems like he's probably been told to behave himself and stay away from YouTube while he's on this kind of deferral type limbo that he's in. So that's likely where he's disappeared to. Josh Relief for $10. Thank you so much. Says SGV News spraying pepper spray when the lady threw leaves was excessive, which is why he was arrested. So just like most auditors, the arrest was never about filming. That's absolutely right. Now, I'm sure they wanted to stop him filming too, and by calling it a crime scene, which, I mean, technically speaking, it absolutely was, and then moving them on. That's a very clever way of dealing with that situation to make sure that there is a further altercation with the individuals that were, you know, obviously going through something pretty serious over there. But absolutely, pepper spraying her in that scenario was definitely way over the top. They outnumbered the lady. He was much, much bigger than her. It was excessive, in my opinion. Now, some people would disagree and go with the absolute right to self-defense. And I can understand that perspective, but I think all being fair, it was excessive. Shay too. And yes, I did make that kind of meme thing that you're talking about, and that'll be coming out really, really soon. It says for $10, Chili was in a drive-through and ordered a hot long blonde. Oh, Jesus. And was giggling like a 12-year-old. He had to go from living room to his bedroom closet to find his wallet in his house while his house was in park. Imagine getting a puncture in your house. Zachariah Hooper, I just wanted to read this one out because myself and Zachariah, we've known each other now a long time, and we hopped off each other in the past with our disagreements, like absolutely. But then we'll chill and laugh, say memes on Facebook. That's just the way we roll, and that's what I love about Zachariah Hooper and our kind of relationship. We do that. Like, we'll argue on massive fundamental things and then we just have fun afterwards and laugh at each other's shit on Facebook. But says, I have a problem with authoritarianism as well. Some people say that I have a problem with authority, which is wrong. I have a problem with the abuse of authority. I think you and I are very much, when it comes to politically, I think we're quite different in a lot of our views. But I think when it comes to that, we can both agree that absolutely, that's my problem with it too. Paul for $2 says, Glenn has to avoid trouble for 2 years to go to jail. Exactly, basically. And now I'm sure he hasn't had an express order from the court not to go on YouTube, but it's obviously a good vector for him getting in trouble, as we saw live on this channel here not so long ago. So, yeah. Amradorn for $5 says, balanced reviews of these things is why I like your videos, Demon. That and the hilarious Spud face overlays. Oh, Spuddy will be coming in here in a minute. Don't you worry. We'll get Spuddy in for you, especially for you. And thank you so much indeed. I really appreciate the super chats. Especially at the moment, because my brother's wedding is coming up in a couple of weeks. And I'm like, yeah, every one of those super chats is another beer or two for my dad and my brothers. Frank Berry for $5 or 2 Guinnesses says the cops were there. Dude in the purple shirt would have made him pay. Oh, absolutely. If the cops weren't there, that guy was ready to go. He was ready to go anyway. And one of these days, these guys are going to run into the wrong person. I agree. I think it's going to happen. It nearly happened a while back with the Armenian guys, and Casey Camberboy nearly got his ass handed to him, and they would have. I have a lot of Armenian friends because of where I used to work. Those guys don't fuck around. They're very like the Irish. We don't fuck around. Like, this is why we don't have auditors here. Tom Castro for $10 says, to quote Eddie Murphy in Trading Places, may I suggest using your nightstick, officer? Or the old zappy banana, my favorite. But yeah, anyway, let's Luna, where you at? Oh, no way. Stephanie says Craig from CH and Ty Audits has a warrant out for his arrest. I'll have to go have a look into that in a minute. Hold on, let me just bring this up here. I need to just remind myself because I got to tell you guys, I get hundreds of emails. Maybe not hundreds. I get literally dozens of emails every single day from people sending me awesome stuff, and I do try to get to them all. Discord, I have a list of messages that I have to get to on Discord, but I had my little niece's birthday party today. I was out at that for most of the day, so I was busy. I love YouTube and I love all you guys, but it's my niece, like, you know, she deserves my time. And getting ready for going to Portugal next week and loads of stuff. You know, my car. I had a load of stuff. I had a load of stuff to do, so I haven't been able to get back to people. But I will endeavor to get back to people over the next day or two who I haven't gotten back to. So I'll try my best. Christina says, "Oh, good. I hate this guy. I thought you loved me, Christina. I thought we had something." I hope you mean that other guy. Anyway, let's watch the end of this and then we'll move on. We'll have a look at what Chili's talking shit about over there. Absolutely.
Damn, I can't see.
No plates.
Where you going?
No front way.
Tim.
Oh, never mind there.
Pussy.
What are you guys scared of?
TV.
This Newton Station's a bunch of weenies?
What grown man says weenies?
Bunch of pussies.
It's him.
Hey, get back in there.
What a word. Hey, we're looking for a friend, man. Come on, listen. Free SUV, Jose Gonzalez. Charlie.
Don't call it in. Fix your hands. Hands out of your pocket. Don't call it in, you snitch.
Call it in. No, he's gonna remove it. Hey, we call the CHP.
Damn, everybody.
Hey, let's call the CHP. Doesn't matter though. They have to enforce
You
the law.
request them. Tell them you need a CHP out here. And then when you say,
Hey, I guess we got food on the way.
huh?
I guess we got food on the way.
Who does?
What you do?
From what?
Somebody ordered it.
Sorry, I haven't been looking at the chat.
Jade.
What? At the front? Yo, Murray's
I
in
don't
the
know.
house. What's up, brother? Luis?
Probably at the front, dude.
They're all scared, dude. Taking off the plates. Let me in!
Oh, this is riveting stuff. Actually, this is a very, very good point, and I didn't have a chance to get around to this the other day. I did a short live stream yesterday about a little Jack Russell who's about to sadly lose their lives. And Cindy just reminded me to update on the Jack Russell. Okay, so I will briefly just do this, and I will, while we're having a look at Chili's stream here in a minute, I will go and find the link to the what's it called, a petition. So briefly, I'll just explain the situation. There was an old man up in County Roscommon, which is up the north, kind of west of Ireland, lives out in the middle of the nowhere, lives in the middle of nowhere, and he has a little dog, a little Jack Russell Terrier, and she's quite elderly herself, the little dog is. And basically, the dog got scared when a bunch of ladies walked past. She ran out and she nipped one of them. Now, from all accounts, it was a small bite. No, it was a bite nonetheless. And I would be pissed if one of my dogs did that to somebody for sure. But this lady is demanding that the dog get put down. It went to court. And in Ireland, if there's a finding that the dog did bite somebody, then they have to be put down. That's the law. It went to the appellate court. And unfortunately, it has been ordered that the dog is still to be put down. As far as I know at the moment, the dog is still alive. And this poor man has offered everything imaginable to turn this around, right? So he has offered to keep the dog indoors at all times, and when he takes it out to go to the toilet, that it would remain on a lead. He has offered to pay any medical expenses, settle out of court, like all these different things he's offered this poor lady This poor lady, this asshole. But here's the weird thing: she's had 2 other dogs put down over the past couple of years. Apparently, I'm not 100% sure, but apparently she's had 2 other dogs put down and has gotten payouts for those 2 dogs, and that's what's happening here. So in order for her to get a payout, she would have to basically be proven right in a criminal court. And unfortunately, the byproduct of that is if the court finds that the dog did bite the lady, then the dog has to be destroyed, which is just awful. She's never done anything like that before. She got frightened. She was laying out in the sun, didn't see them coming, heard them as they kind of came upon the dog, sun in her eyes, freaked out, bit the lady. Very minor by all accounts. And unfortunately, this dog is about to be put to sleep. Now, I reached out to a friend of mine. I'm not going to say any names, but I have a friend who's a member of the Irish Parliament, a TD, Talk to Dála. The Dála is our Congress, I guess you could say. And I reached out to him to see if he could bring it to the House. And from what I can ascertain, it is going to be brought up in Parliament, thanks to your boy. Not that I don't want any recognition for that whatsoever. That was a joke. But I really hope that this dog is going to be saved, because this poor man, like this could be life ending for him. It's his best friend. He lives alone, and nobody ever goes up that road. It's really sad. It's really, really sad. And it just broke my heart yesterday when I heard about it. Where I was, I had really bad phone signal when I was waiting for Mrs. Demon to come out and from getting her hair done. And it broke my heart seeing the story, and I just had to try, raise it. So yeah, this man's offered everything to make the dog wear a muzzle outside on a lead when it's going to the loo, or keep it indoors all the time if need be, to make a pen for it. Like, he's offered to do everything. He's 85 years old, guys. He's nearly a century old, and he served his community most of his life, and this is the thanks he gets. It's sad. It is really, really sad. So yeah, I'll find the link, or actually maybe Roisin, you might be able to find it for me if you'd be so kind, just because the way my computer's set up right now, it's kind of hard for me to find it. It's I can't remember the man's name, but you'll find it pretty quickly. The dog is called Kim. It's like Save Kim the Jack Russell, I think. If anybody can find that, I'd really, really appreciate it. Stephen Alley for $2 says dog bites should be case by case on severity. I agree, absolutely. That's the way it is in Australia as well. And Vanguard has become a member of the channel. Thank you so much indeed. Vanguard has become a 3-star general. That's awesome. Thank you so much indeed. Jack Russells are awesome. They're amazing little dogs. I love them to bits. They're really, really funny. Anyway, let's finish out this video and then we'll have a look. Apparently Chili's over there talking shit about me, which is hilarious. But anyway, let's have a look.
We were at the 6th Street Bridge.
The address.
Here they come. Jim,
That's her. Hey man, hold on. There's a crime right here. There's a crime going on.
Tim.
Hey, where you going, you little sissy? That's the guy right there.
He left his place on.
I wonder if anybody would know, because I don't know genuinely, but like they just shined a light in a driver's face. Like, surely that can't be legal. Anybody know? Anybody know what the deal is with that? Oh, Joshua Lee, did I miss your super chat? Oh no, I have it here saved. Joshua Lee for $5 says, "Take care in traveling, Demon. I've heard there are wildfires and whatnot have been happening in that area." Yeah, I did actually hear that there's quite a bit down along that way. Hopefully, I won't run into any of them. Do you guys remember? Any of the older members of the channel might remember that time that I accidentally drove through a wildfire in Australia. Anybody remember that? I was out doing deliveries that time. And yeah, you had to drive through a fucking wildfire. I drove up one way and it was the only way back. And yeah, I had to drive through it. Levi says, not sure about where they are, but it depends on how bright the light is. Okay, that's actually a fairly good point. Let me see there now. Are there trees in Ireland? Many, my friend, many. Oh, Daryl M, thank you so much. There's the petition right there. I'm going to pin this. I'm going to pin this right now. And if anybody could go and check out that petition and sign it, I'd really appreciate it, guys. It'd be awesome. Thank you so much for that, Darren. I really appreciate that, man. Oh, Mario, you remember that? Yeah, that was scary shit, man.
He was arrested earlier. We just want to know where he at, if he's booked, if he's not, what's going on. The call box in the front doesn't work. So we're trying to get some kind of information. Maybe you can send a sergeant out here.
They're not right now. Yeah, I think there's a. I don't think he was sent out just yet, but we'll get a supervisor here.
Yeah,
there's a supervisor right here. Oh, there's a supervisor right here. Well, let him get out of his car first.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
There's people at the front desk, but no one answering. I'm knocking on the window, on the door.
It's because the front desk is closed, that's why.
But the call box don't work either. So how can we? And then I also called the phone number, and it was strange.
Steven.
That's because somebody was arrested. We don't like that they were going to go to MDC jail or 77 jail.
But are they booked here or they don't book them?
We don't book here. We don't book it. This is pre-booking. We get here, we can
Talk to them to either 77 or...
We get all the information, all the paperwork done, that way we can have them booked at MDC or 77 before. Yeah, this is our supervisor, yeah. Sir, yes, sir. Hey there.
We're looking for a friend of ours that was arrested earlier tonight. I was telling the officers that we came into the front desk, but there's no call box. There's no way we can get in contact with you guys. Okay. So we just flagged him down right now, and we want to know if he's booked.
He knows Jose Gonzalez. I don't know Jose Gonzalez. Okay.
Anyway, he was arrested just about maybe an hour and a half.
Okay.
And we want to know where he's at.
So Jose Gonzalez is arrested. You don't know where he's at?
Yes.
We don't know.
You want to know where he's at?
Yes.
Okay. You guys know who Jose Gonzalez is? No, I think Unit brought him like something not too long ago. Okay. There was a couple of them, so I don't know.
What's the description?
I didn't see him.
You guys just said you guys saw him come in.
I'll check it out, boss.
We just heard
that.
Please.
Appreciate it. I mean,
Please.
that's the only thing that we're doing here. Okay, so I'll check it out. We're looking for a friend. Okay. If you want to be released or, I mean, whatever, because you guys, I mean, the phone over there up front doesn't work. No.
Okay.
What is your name, sir? Sergeant Griego.
Griego. Nice.
No, not Griego.
Griego.
Don't chop it up.
I almost called you gringo.
No.
What does gringo mean? I have heard that so many times. I think Johnny O explained it to me once. But I can't remember what it is. What can anybody tell me what gringo means? Does it would I be right in saying it means a white guy? Is that what that is? I genuinely have no idea. Thank you so much, Sally, and everybody else who's signing that petition. Really do appreciate it. Smarty Marty for $5 says, I'm melting. And Smarty Marty has a lovely Irish Demon mug there. And I heard a few people say the other day that they drink coffee out of their Irish Demon mug every single day. And you can do that too by checking out my Teespring. That's a shameless plug. Now, talking about super chats, I just wanted to address this one. Dale says, Demon, I love your channel, but super chats constantly drive me crazy. I just wonder why. That's all. I just wonder why. Is it the interruptions to read super chats? Which I can understand. I can appreciate that. Like, I know some YouTubers leave them till the end. Some only kind of read out some of them. Because some bigger YouTubers get fucking tons of super chats, so they wouldn't be able to read them all out. And I can understand that. My perspective on it is this. I try to read as many comments as I can, be they super chats or not. Obviously, when there's hundreds of comments coming in every minute, I can't read them all personally, and I can't read them all out, obviously. But the super chats I do try to read out because I think it's only fair. That's just my own kind of thing on it. But I do try to save them for a natural break or whatever. I think that's a fair thing to do. Stephanie says Chili's lawsuit against the Ireton Police Department was dismissed. Ooh. Oh, so it is a white guy. Okay. All right. That's fair enough. I didn't know that. Mike says Gringo is white boy. I think it has something to do with the Greeks. Oh, there you go. There you go. Alrighty, moving on.
You're Colombian?
I'm just gonna skip this shit on because it's boring, right? Check this. What a view. What a view. Gotcha. Can we all just agree that that is one handsome fucking dude right there?
What's good? Golden State fan. Jairo Cortez, Alex, Matthew King, Moto Gabe.
Hey, Sendo Q, good to see you.
Gang. What's up with it? Deadly Weapon. What's up, Bello? But yeah, if you guys can help out, I really do appreciate it. I gotta raise another $5,000. I put down $2,000 and I gotta pay the rest within a certain amount of time. Yeah, courts in August. Nick the Viking.
Irish Dublin says, "Now that is a face only a mother could love." Ha ha ha. A mother that needs to go to Specsavers, I would say. A mother that is visually impaired is what that is. Yeah. So yeah, he's e-begging at the moment, right? So like he went out there, he got his ass arrested, right? And then he wants to go out and look for help after getting arrested for pepper spraying a woman that threw a leaf at him, basically, right? Like, I mean, come on, dude. Like, if people are willing to pay for this kind of stupid shit, like that's ridiculous at this point. Like, I mean, unbelievable. I'll tell you this much: for the next $10 super chat that I get, I'm going to donate it to the next guy with a messy beard I see. Doesn't matter if he's rich or poor. Next guy with a messy beard like this that I see, I'm going to donate that $10 directly into his hand for some Just for Men. And no, despite being asked a million times, I do not dye my beard or hair. I am young still for now. I'm starting to go gray. Thank you, Mrs. Demon. But I don't need the Just for Men yet. Some cheeky bastard, when I was living in Australia, sent me some Just for Men into my P.O. box. I have to get a P.O. box here in Ireland, which is really hard to do, by the way. It's outrageously difficult. It looks really, really simple on their website, but it's actually unbelievably difficult. It's ridiculous. Anyway.
Got me for assault with a deadly weapon. Trying to say that spray is a deadly weapon. What's up, Bello?
Oh, he said bellow. I thought he said pedo.
Yeah, somebody, some chick last night was getting aggressive, you know, trying to grab my stuff, and then went and grabbed some dirt and leaves off the ground and threw it at me, and I pepper sprayed her. And now they're getting me for a felony. Yeah, it's a felony assault with a deadly weapon. Thanks, Beth. Appreciate you. Yeah, any little bit will count, guys. Every little bit counts. Really do appreciate it. If you guys can, send it to my GoFundMe. Not to my GoFundMe, to my my PayPal account, guys. It's all good, man. I know you had to go to work, Bello. It's all good, brother. If you guys can, send your donations. Anything you can help out with to PayPal, guys. That way I can get the bail bondsman his money for getting me out. What's up, Polly, Mark, Joe, Liz, Veronica? Yeah, if you guys can help me out, I really do appreciate it, guys. You guys know I never ask you guys for anything, but this is...
You guys know I never ask you guys for anything, but please give me $5,000. Hey, guys, what? All of you watching there right now, could y'all just do a whip around? You know I never ask you for anything, right? Do a whip around and send me $5,000, please. That'd be awesome. That'd be that'd be wonderful. But I'm not asking for anything other than the $5,000 that I'm definitely not asking for while actively asking you for it. And now he goes on to tell about how he had $7,000 in a GoFundMe that he also didn't ask for.
This is definitely out of the ordinary. You know, a couple grand I could have covered it myself and been fine. You know, but they're charging me $7,000 for bail. The bail guy didn't give us a break.
No shit.
They'll look at the video for evidence in court, but the officers, I don't know, the officers didn't ask to see the video or what, but you know, they don't care about that. They don't care about that, guys. Yeah, Fire Force 7,000. That's amazing. They literally tried their hardest to keep me in there. You know, obviously they wanted me to see a judge and then go straight into the hole from there. You know, John S. Appreciate you. If you guys can, if you want to donate, if you guys can, please donate to PayPal or even GoFundMe. I know.
Colin Crowell, definitely not Cromwell for $10 says, hello, rewinding now. Rough night for me. Oh, I hope that turns out better for you. I hope you'll have some fun when you rewind. I'll catch you all live the next time. Don't remove until I can finish. No, I won't this time, I promise. But thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate that. All right.
People were saying that I had $7 grand in my GoFundMe account, but that's just how much I've collected, or that's how much, you know, people have donated since in the last 5 years when I started that GoFundMe account.
But he never asked for anything, ever.
Jeff Morales, appreciate you. Anything helps. Glad to see you're out. Thanks, Jeff. Deuce Gang 112th Street, appreciate you.
God damn, whatever that was that just drove past is definitely going to need a new clutch. Anyway, so we're going to have a look at here now. So that's roughly the end of it. It's just basically him e-begging from there on in. Right, so we'll close out on that situation. And I'll briefly give you my thoughts on it. So was the lady aggressive? Yes. Did she have reason to be? I would say yes. Probably a little bit over the top if I'm quite honest, but I can definitely understand why she was upset. Right. And that's it. Now, she did throw leaves at him, you know, deadly maple leaves or whatever. Like, should she not have done that? Yeah, she shouldn't have done that really. But again, I can understand why she would. All right. So that's that out of the way. Should he have pepper sprayed her in response? No, he absolutely shouldn't. Like, that's way over the top. Like, even pushing her at that point would have been over the top. All he should have done there really is like, hey, cops, this lady's throwing dirt and leaves at me. Can you please stop her from doing that? Or else I'm going to have to defend myself from the dirt and leaves, folks. Leaves. I mean, come on. They were high caliber, fully semi-automatic leaves is what we're looking at here. Leaves are not deadly. I mean, a dude that size with his history having to use a chemical weapon, ultimately, I mean, let's face it, that's technically what it is way over the top. Way over the top. You know, she didn't deserve that in response, especially considering he's the one that had instigated this whole thing. So I hope that's a fair enough assessment. I do try to be as fair as I can. I can honestly say I do not like that guy, but that's not what guides my opinion of the situation. What guides my opinion is what we see, and that's what we saw, and that's what I'll say. Anyway, so somebody sent me an email there earlier saying that that Chili was talking shit about me in a live stream. I don't care what Chili says. It's just funny. So here we go. Let's have a look at what he's got to say. I'm using Mrs. Demon's YouTube account here. That is the wrong video. All right, let's have a look here. I should turn this up. Oh, you guys can't hear that at all, no? Ah, son of a. Yeah, you guys might not actually be able to hear this. I just remembered I tried this once before and it didn't work. But I think I had a workaround. I'll give it one shot. And if it doesn't work, then I'll just have to leave it for tonight. Because I'd have to go and download it. And because I have the worst internet on the planet, then it's likely not. Let's see here now. Yeah, I don't know if I can get this to work. Let me just have a think about this here for a second. It might just take me a second here to just figure it out really quick, but I don't know that I'm going to be able to get this working in this specific stream. Let me see. So with that and that, there's like a big kind of workaround that you have to do to make this work. And I don't know if it will. All right. Give me a second here now, and I'll see if I can figure this out. All right, so we'll give it another go here and just see if it works. And as I say, if it doesn't work, then we might just have to leave it for tonight. All right, so this.
God bless America. God bless it. They cut the stream. They cut.
Now I know for a fact that you can hear me because I'm using my microphone. All right. So were you able to hear both me and the video audio? Yay or nay? What say you, my friends? Joshua Lee for $5 says improv chili voice at Irish Demon. Blah blah blah. Get this crazy lady away from me. Trifold, etc. That's basically as good as I can do. So yeah, you just the video. Paul says. So I was muted. Okay, just let me get this right. So just the video. Correct? Heard vid only. Okay. All right. That means we're on the right track. So that's a good start. All right. Just bear with me here a second, all right? This might take a second now while I figure this out. Yeah. I think this might work. If you just give me a second here now. Last chance. If this doesn't work, then I'm calling it quits for the night. Yeah, it doesn't look like you guys are going to be able to hear me and it at the same time. But what I will do is I will play some of the video and then stop maybe. It's a tough one, man. Yeah, big time boomer moment here. I like this is never going to change. I hope you realize this. Like, you know, like I'm never going to get this right. It's just I'm all for positive thinking, 100%, but I'm never going to get this right. Like just. Okay, were you able to hear me when I was waving just then? I doubt it. I doubt it. I'm using a whole mix of stuff, man. Like so many different things to try to get this working. It never fucking works. No, I'll have to go and learn how to do this properly. I'll have to go figure this out, right? Because it's one of those things that it's going to be a bit of a headache. So I'm going to get a friend of mine there who's really good at this stuff to sit down with me and go through this stuff for me. But what I'll do, right? I have a lot of work to do tomorrow. I've got about 3 or 4 videos lined up that I need to make. And also I need to excuse me. I need to sorry. I need to get a load of videos made for when I'm away in Portugal and have them lined up and ready to release, because obviously I need to keep putting videos up to keep the channel ticking over. And that's not about the money or anything. That's about keeping YouTube happy, keeping the algorithm happy. But also I want to keep you guys happy, and I want to give you good quality stuff. So I don't want to just like jam out random shitty videos that nobody's going to like just for the sake of the YouTube algorithm. That's not going to happen, because it's all about quality over quantity, really, for me. But yeah, I'm going to try my best with that. So while we're talking about quality and quantity and all that kind of stuff and making videos and all that good stuff, I just had something I wanted to run by you guys. So I have a second channel called Irish Demon Reloaded, right? And it's just sitting there kind of dormant at the moment because I don't really know what to do with it yet. And I love covering auditors. I love covering SOV sits. I love covering the court stuff, especially because it's something that I worked in for a long, long time. So it's something that I think I'm good at, I think. I don't get into the whole legal side of things too much. I do a little bit because it's more about just point and laugh, have a bit of fun. So I have this second channel that's sitting there. So what I've been thinking about doing with that channel is to maybe put shorter, quicker videos over on that channel. Not just shitty ones, but like shorter, quicker ones that are just a little bit of fun. That's really fast and easy for me to make that you guys would enjoy. And if that's something that you think is a good idea, let me know. I'd really appreciate any feedback on it. And when I do start putting videos up there, hopefully in the next couple of days, I'd appreciate any feedback that I do get, because I think it's a waste of a channel. Just a few thousand subscribers there, and there's very few videos going up on it. So I definitely need to get working on that. Vanguard says Irish Demon Shorts. Yeah, I do have an Irish Demon Shorts channel as well, but time was the problem for me this past couple of weeks. Has just been so crazy busy that I just haven't had a chance to put anything up there. But once I get back from Portugal, things will finally have settled down again, and I will have the time to cover all that. Miss Mandy says, cover true crime. I wonder, would I get absolutely annihilated by the YouTube algorithm because of the type of content that is? Quite possibly. Now, I do love true crime personally, but oh yeah, Miss Mandy, actually, can you send me a message on Discord? Because I will forget to message you. But if you could send me a message on Discord, I really appreciate it. I was speaking to a lady today who is my brother's partner's friend, and she's really interested in doing mental health podcasts. And I was telling her that you guys do them, and you might not know I'm there some of the time because I don't necessarily get a chance to comment or whatever, because I'd be listening while I'm driving or while I'm doing stuff around the house or whatever the case may be. But I do listen to your streams quite a bit, and I actually really, really enjoy them. And if you want to pop a link to your channel in the side chat, I really appreciate it. And I'm not like hitting on you or anything here. I love your voice. You've got a wonderful voice. I love your kind of, I don't know what part of the country you're from, but your accent. I absolutely love your accent. Griff Kai says, be nice to learn more about Ireland. Now, that's another really interesting thing there. So my my good friend, I won't say, oh no, well, my friend Rod, we chat a lot about the channel and where things can go. Now, Irish Demon channel is always going to be here. as long as I'm around. This channel will be around, and I'll continue to put up this stuff because I absolutely love making these videos. I really, really do. But I am passionate about Ireland, and I'm passionate about sharing that with people. And I want to make mini documentaries on a new channel. Now, I have somebody who's investing a little bit into that, and for me, it's more about investing time, essentially. And that is going to be getting off the ground soon. I want to have a good few episodes filmed before I actually release it on the channel, The Lost Irishman, which already exists as a channel. There's not a whole lot on there, but you can go check that out anyway. It'd be pretty cool. Roisin says, highlight each county. That's actually really cool. That's a really good idea. I might actually have to just do that. Now, before we go, I just want to say a big hello to Living with My Savannah Cats, Our Great Adventures. They kept putting me in timeout during his live stream. I don't know if that was people putting you in timeout in my live stream. I hope not, because I really don't like people doing that unless it's like absolutely egregious stuff, like absolutely egregious. Rian Hall says Irish ancestry breakdown. Rian, is it Rian or Ryan? Because Rian and Ryan are both names in Ireland. Do you have Irish ancestry? If you do, get in touch. Get in touch, because I have an idea I'd love to run by you. And there's Miss Mandy's link there in the side chat. I'd really appreciate this. 400 of you guys here watching at the moment. Love if a good load of you could go over there and show her the love, because she's really great. Really, really great. You can take it from me. She's awesome. But Living with Savannah Cats, the only reason I wanted to ask is about your Savannah Cats. I always wanted one. I always wanted a Savannah Cat. I think they're awesome. Miss Steeman loves them, man. Loves them. And when we moved to Australia, we were like, we're gonna get a Savannah Cat in Australia. You can't get them. You can't get Savannah Cats in Australia. They're illegal there. I think you can get there's different grades of Savannah Cats or whatever. And you can get the really low grade, not low as in terms of quality. I mean, the kind of less wild looking ones over there. But yeah, anyway. Daryl Lacrosse, Larosse Lacrosse says, my grandmother was Darcy and my mom was a Gorman. I know lots of Gormans. I know tons of Gormans. I went to school with a load of Gormans. Both Norman names, I think. Gorman might not be, but Darcy's definitely a Norman name. But the Normans, what they say about the Normans is when the Normans came to Ireland, the Normans became more Irish than the Irish themselves. And the Normans are very much Irish in our eyes, by the way. We don't differentiate between native Irish and Norman, because we're one and the same, really. A lot of cats are illegal in Australia because of Australia has really, really, really strict laws when it comes to preservation of the environment and the animals therein. Australian animals are particularly delicate. And cats do a lot of damage in Australia. In fact, recently they passed a new law, I believe. Now, I might be wrong on this. I heard it in passing. They recently made a new law in Australia. You cannot leave your cats outside your house. They have to stay in the house because they do so much damage. It's unbelievable. Major feral cat problem, basically, massive feral cat problem. And they are huge, man. Roisin says, Slán agus Gurv Mahagut. Well, Gurv Mila Mahagut to you. Really appreciate it, Roisin. We have a lot of fun on Discord. Roisin's super funny, super funny. PNS5502 says, my mother's family's from Ireland, Carney. I know a lot of Carneys. Our neighbor, 2 farms up, which is a very Irish thing to say. No, we don't all live in farms. I just happen to. Our neighbors are Carneys. There's a lot of Carneys around this area. I went to school with a ton of Carneys, actually. Scotty Baby says, Lachlan. Oh, where's your comment gone? Oh, yeah, there it is. Lachlan is an Irish name. Yes. So my mom's best friend is a Lachlan, as it happens. And then there's also a name MacLachlan, or some people pronounce it McLaughlin. That's not how we would pronounce it in Ireland. Well, some people might, but I would say McLaughlin. Or like Gallagher. We say Gallagher, not Gallagher, for example. But yeah, there's Lachlan and there's MacLachlan. MacLachlan just literally means son of Lachlan. So there you go. But anyway, folks, it was an absolute pleasure. I had a lot of fun today. I am going to go away and have a little munchy munch and go away to bed and relax so I can be up nice and fresh tomorrow. And we will go and make some epic videos. We might do a short live stream, an early one tomorrow, I'm thinking. I want to just try it out, do a stream at about 4 p.m. my time and see how that goes. Because I do miss a lot of the people in the UK and Australia when I stream at this time. So, you know. But anyway, thank you all so much. Oh, Scotty Baby, that's my pleasure. I love Irish history and Irish heritage and culture and all that stuff. So anyway, lads, I will talk to you all later. Again, I haven't gotten around to fixing the intro situation yet, and I apologize for that. So I will leave you with the intro as an outro or an extra or whatever you want to call it. Thank you all so much for joining me. We'll catch you in the next one. Slán.